on Tinder. In a lot of people's profiles, you see like, I'm fine if you have a dad bod or dad bod's welcome. Like it got me thinking, like, what's the ideal dad bod?
Here's
like,
the fucking thing.
I feel like I've taken on and personified the ideal dad bod.
Are you going to whip out the body? Are you going to whip out the stomach?
See, we're whipping it out. Just imagine running for office after this podcast.
We're fucked. There's no way.
What is good, everybody? I am Will the Wise, and you guys are listening to the chillest, the realest, the most sensitive podcast on planet Earth. This is episode 34 of the Real Sensitive Guy Hours. And right above me, or wherever he decides to put it, the real host of this show, my man, Brandyn Payne.
What's going on?
SSI.
What the fuck is up, people?
And right next to me, I have one of my good friends as of only maybe about a year ago, before this whole thing started, all because we decided to eat pizza with some special things on it. My man, Travis Stocksdale.
What's up, everybody?
And
I love that. Damn.
In the top corner, we have one of the chillest guys, but this man will sneak in some sneaky shit.
You
He'll
bitch.
pull a sneaky on you by saying something in the episode. Watch out for it tonight.
Or he'll sneak
Oliver Wickheiser.
What's going on, fans? I'm glad to be here.
Can we give a round of applause for Will for doing the first intro on his own? No guidance.
That was good.
No
I fucking
guidance.
loved it. It felt great.
Yeah, the ad lib was
to
there.
us and we said, let's do it.
I'm fucking down.
Do it.
Do it now.
Yo, B, let me run that shit.
Hey, Will, you better come out here.
Yeah, let me drive the boat. That's good.
I'm really glad. I, for one, am really glad that Brandyn got to experience the like pressure and awkwardness of having your name called and having to think of like a cool, witty thing to say at the beginning when you get your name called on at the introduction. Like, what do I say? I'm usually just like, what's up?
Dude, in the last
everybody?
episode, Brandyn literally was like, Oliver Wickheiser, blow me. And I was like, how the fuck do I respond to this?
I want to talk about
what the fuck is that?
So on that note, I want to talk about the fact the podcast has been bleeding into our personal lives in one way or another.
It really has.
I was sitting there in the car with Oliver and his girlfriend, and we were talking about something, and Bailey and I have this like banterous relationship. We will just trash talk each other and just know we're not serious. So I say something's completely rude to her. I'm like, you're a piece of shit or something like that. And she's like, is that why you put deodorant on your balls? I was like, you can't say that.
Damn. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Getting blown back by the fucking GF.
That's what happens when you dish your dirt on a fucking public show.
It's fair. It gets there.
I'm surprised nothing has bit my ass, but like I don't leave my house, so maybe that's why.
You have nowhere to
I'm
go.
feeling really good about this show. I've been telling people at work and stuff like that to listen to it. They're listening to it.
Makes my dick hard.
Spreading it across.
I'm hard hyping about the show lately.
I also do have some coworkers who have asked about it, and they have watched parts or some episodes.
Hi, Nate.
Let's go.
Hey,
My
Nate,
parents are still
Dharma.
asking me.
If Stephanie's watching this one,
Nate's a really interesting guy, mostly because he's our age and he gets belligerent with the best of them. Mostly because his pull shot is quite goofy. He literally was taking shots and he was like,
he's a ninja, bro.
he was like poking at it.
What the fuck are you wearing there, my guy?
This is my Keep Calm and Hunt Zombies pajama pants.
For The Walking Dead?
Damn.
So if you ever have the opportunity to get really thin pajamas and just cut them off like shorts, it's the goated because it allows your balls to breathe, but it also is like comfy.
It allows you to wear the same pair of pajama pants since you were 12.
So what are we calling that? Because there's jorts, which are jeans shorts. So what do we call pajama shorts? Are we coining this right now?
Ports.
Joms.
Joms? I'm not bad.
Port.
Joms.
Would you say, Trav?
Ports.
I'm team port. I'm team port.
Why? How? Because it's port access to
Pajama short. Dude, pajama short.
What was the dumbass idea you guys
jeans
had?
short.
I like jams.
Jams?
Because you're just taking the first part. You're taking a part of the pajamas away,
Oh,
so
that's
it's the
true.
jams.
That's intellectual thinking there, William.
There we go.
That's
Big
too
fucking
500, man.
brain.
You're going too deep, man. It's just ports.
Yeah, but it's got a
Just
4.
brain,
Yeah.
Quit making fun of jams, man. Come on.
No.
All right, Will.
No, but the
You can
zombie
coin it for
thing,
now.
the
You
zombie
can
thing
coin
was
it.
so huge when you were like 12. I feel like those
really
pajama
is.
pants are probably from when you were like 12.
Zombie.
'Cause I had,
part
Well,
12
I was the
imagine-
same way. I had the fucking, remember the How to Survive a Zombie Attack poster?
Oh, every fucking kid in their goddamn mind had that fucking poster.
You had to. You had to have
Well,
that
imagine like also back when you were that age, it was probably sort of around the time of 2012. Also,
Walking
the Walking
Dead
Dead,
shit.
and all the Call of Duty zombie modes. So
Dude,
like,
zombies used to
that's
be
it
so
with every
huge.
trend, though. That's it with every
That's
trend.
fair.
Like, think about the the trend that happened before the Call of Duty Black Ops and like zombies thing. Like, all started. It was the whole like Pokemon craze because everybody was playing that because we had just gotten access to trade with China. So
How
who's
many
doing all
times
that
can
shit
Will
over there?
bring up Pokemon in a show?
dude, shit, dude,
Take a
every time
shot.
Will, yeah, I'm about to say, anytime,
Take a
put
shot.
that in a put that in the fucking like end of the year compilation.
dude, we should just have like a running list of notes for every episode. If somebody says something, just like tick mark it. I
Didn't we
guarantee
talk
all
about that?
repeat
Didn't we talk
ourselves.
about doing like a
Brandon's doing-
bingo?
That's
Yeah.
That sounds
bingo,
like what
dude.
Brandon's doing. He said he's been recently running back and watching all the old shows, and every time that either Oliver, Travis, himself, or I say anything like really funny or like really pinpointy, like he like puts it in the group chat, and he's like, "Episode 5, Oliver says this."
Oliver
You got to
says,
put the timestamp, bro.
There
Yeah,
is
for
some.
the timestamps.
There are some gems in old
I
episodes.
bet there are some gems, like not even the ones that we put on the clip show. And also, if you're
Dog,
watching
they're all
the show,
gems.
subscribe to the clip show.
The clip show is kind of dead currently. I need to start reviving it.
yeah, that's
I was
a
going to say
Yeah.
there's a couple gems that have missed between the last one.
I need to. Yeah, I could update. Maybe throw some clips on there soon. Yeah.
Dude, you have been working shite hours. I don't blame you
It's,
for just wanting
Well,
to
yeah,
relax
that's
when you
true.
get home.
That's
yeah,
true.
dude. Seriously, like every time I come back from work, I'm just dead. I'm like,
Oh, I bet.
let's go to sleep. Like,
I fucking
Let's do a
it's not-
podcast.
Oliver
it's not
gets
that big
pissed
a
at me.
deal,
He
but-
literally is like, "Are you fucking serious? We have to go to the gym. I'm fucking tired, you bitch."
dude,
Yo,
well,
so-
think about it. Like, think about it from my perspective, real quick. You get off at 5. You can come back and like chill out for an hour or two or sleep. I come back, and then you're just like, "Hey, let's go to the gym." And I'm like, "I haven't eaten. I've been at work for 10 hours. I mean, yeah, let's go, but I'm not gonna be happy about it."
Oh my god!
No, can we
I'm
talk
not-
about last week? Can we talk about last week before the show where Brandon was like, Oliver, could you turn down your mic, please? And he's like, I'll pass.
Dude, you gotta stick up for yourself. You're not gonna get anywhere if you don't.
You were just laughing. You were just like grumpy or something.
Dude, like honestly, like if
that was like that
working-
fucking Chad meme where it's like, "Can you turn on your mic?" No.
I mean, like if I had like a 10-hour, if I had like a 9 or 10-hour shift, which is what what my days consist of. I mean, if it's a shite day, it's a shite day. If it's a good day,
True.
like right now, I mean, like I had like a shite problem that I have to figure out tomorrow. But like, hey, I'm here. I'm in the moment. I'm living it up. I'm here having a good time.
It's hard, bro, not to let like the hardships from one workday seep into your night because you know you're gonna have to deal with it the next workday.
Oh,
But I just always tell myself, like, that's for the workday, you know?
It's true.
And the not work time is for not thinking about work and just chilling.
I
Big
agree.
chilling.
I used to have a problem with that. I'm actually on the Clips channel right now. Like I'm logged in and I see like all of the videos and stuff. And it's actually really insane. When Morgan was on and he talked about meeting one of the creatures, Golden Blackhawk in the Air Force that has over 1,000 views. And girl is naked in a Zoom call that has 50 people attending. Also has over 1,500 views. But Oliver
Holy
has
fuck,
some.
Oliver, revive this. You were onto something, dude.
So the funniest shit is that he has some videos that are privated that I didn't know about. Here are the 2 highlights. White Claw versus Truly, which is better?
No, put that in
Does
the chat.
Tinder
Let's watch
really
it.
get
Let's react to
you
it.
a wife?
No, put these in the chat. Let's react to them.
I love these. I fucking
So
love these.
a long time ago, when the Clips channel started, Brandon and I would work on it together. And since then, obviously, we've been busy as like doing other stuff. So as of right now, I haven't posted anything on it in a hot sec. But like I said, I'll get back into it. But yeah, dude, there's just like, if you look through the old videos, there's just gems everywhere that you can just pull from.
Yeah.
What's one of your guys' favorite things that you guys remember about this show?
Favorite thing
honestly,
about it so far.
It's hanging out with you boys every week.
Of course. I mean, nothing can beat that. That should be everyone's number one, by the way. If it's not, fuck you. You're not.
Yeah, you guys are fucking trash.
I would say that's my S tier. If I had like a second S tier, it would be like when we have a show where everyone's throwing out like crazy good memories or something, and we're all just like in on it and lit. Like those are fire.
Those are fire.
Dude, if I had a second S tier, 2-hour episode.
I like the beef. I like the beef in the beginning. I like the drama.
The beef one? Oh my god.
Will and I were going at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that time. That was
yeah. I was really stressed out about school, and I was trying to be into my fraternity and everything. So like I was trying to like help support it. So
Will destroys Brandon with facts and logic.
Literally, he fucking did. 100% that time.
The thumbnail is just like. Will's like,
She just be like the cat meme with the lady yelling at him.
So William LeConque had a topic he could throw.
Oh yeah, he said he was throwing topics
at
at us out the gate that he had from last show.
The magic tongue.
So apparently, we're gonna break the fourth wall here a little bit, or break the pre-show. Okay. Brandon told me pre-show that he was like, "Hey Will, I want to try to talk like Brandon. Hey Will, can you do you want to talk more this episode?" Like I was like, "What the fuck do you mean? I talked last episode."
Will,
Bro,
you kind of had you've had a back and forth. So like in the beginning, you would go on these long monologual tangents, and we were like,
yeah.
And then so we were like, okay, can you tone it back? And you're like, all right, cool, like whatever. And then now you just don't say shit.
You're like popping off, or you're quiet as a fucking mouse.
Whoa, I don't know what the fuck it is.
I do like that. You then took the reins and did the intro, and now you have a topic.
I'm fucking with this. I'm fucking with this.
So I mean, part of that is
maybe if he has sound.
Yeah, Will, we can't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was thinking about it the other day when I was talking to I was on Tinder and all that stuff, and in a lot of people's profiles, you see like, "I'm fine if you have a dad bod," or "dad bod's welcome," or like bullshit like that. And so like it got me thinking, like, what are these people's like ideal fucking like perception of a dad bod? Because they only still go for the dudes with abs, but not as clean cut into like.
So are you asking what we believe a dad bod is?
Yeah, what's the ideal dad bod?
Here's
I feel like I've taken on and personified the ideal dad bod.
Are you gonna whip out the body? Are you gonna whip out the stomach?
See, we're whipping it out. Just a little like your arms are still like a little toned. You could still lift a tractor if you needed to or something.
I think that in my perception of what a dad bod
is today, boy. We gotta turn out the tractor.
You've got a little bit of like a beer gut, but you still have like a little bit of ab definition, but it's not like crazy defined.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got hair.
Here's the fucking thing.
So you're saying Oliver has the ideal dad bod.
Shut the fuck up. Dudes,
that's
all
what I perceive it as. I'm not saying that I have a dad bod.
If he breathes, he's a simp.
Here's the thing.
Oliver, you're actually toned as fuck.
I would say Oliver has the ideal dad bod.
Dude, if you flexed right now, his shirt would fucking fly off.
Yeah, that is not a dad bod. That is like a single dad bod.
He's ready to fuck it.
Just letting the fans know, I am not single.
No shit. We just talked about you and your girlfriend earlier.
That message was sponsored by Bailey.
Not at all.
Anyway, so like, dude, You can rock anything. It doesn't matter. I've seen fat dudes absolutely slay bitches. I've seen skinny dudes myself. Hey, it was good. Actually slay bitches. You just gotta fucking own it. Own whatever you're into, and then I say go to the gym. I think if you're a dude, it's kind of a requirement. But like if not, you just got masterful genetics, and you have the charisma of a god, Travis Stockdale. You can fucking kill it. Just own it. Own any style.
I agree with that, especially what you're saying about Travis. Like I forget who I was talking to, but like there's a lot of people that I have talked to about like if we're at like a party or something in previous years, like what all of our personas are, and everyone was just like, dude, that man Travis can just like light up a room, and he's like so energetic about everything. I love that man.
Yeah.
Bro, that was like the first thing I noticed about him too, because the first time, so for those of the fans, breaking the fourth wall again, the first time I met Travis, I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. I probably have.
I mean, you like mentioned a little blurb earlier.
Right. So like the first time I met Travis was literally, I was talking to Brandon, and he was like, hey, you want to come over tonight? We're doing some fun things. Come on over. It's gonna be me, Ollie, our girlfriends, and Travis is coming over, and I think Connor was coming over as well. One of our other friends. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I go in, and I walk in, I say, hey, B, like, dab him up. Hey, Ollie, dab him up. Say hi to the girlfriends, all that stuff. And then I turn around, and there's just this motherfucker grinning ear to fucking ear because he's, like, kicking ass in Smash Bros. And this motherfucker turns to me, he's like, yo, what's up, man? My name's Travis. Like, what's up with you, man?
What's up with
I was
you?
like, okay.
You just nutted.
I did. I
was talking about you so much after that night. I was like, I like Will so much. I like Will so much. You were matching my energy.
I was loving it. It was great.
He's on your level. He's on your level.
That's what I was saying.
When Brandon pitched the show, I was like, okay, it's you and me. Those are the only other two I know. I'm assuming Oliver. Who's this fourth person going to be? And he said Travis. I was like, let's fucking go.
The OGs.
Yeah, dude, so like,
and then we took Will under the wing.
And
so
see,
like,
that's one thing that I've like noticed is fuck off, Brandon.
Yeah, I gotta shut up. I keep trying to interrupt. I'm sorry.
But like, that's the one thing I remember is that like you guys. That's the one thing I love about the show. That's my favorite aspect of the show is when you guys talk about things that like. Because obviously we've all done a lot together, but not as long as you three. So like, because you guys lived in the dorms together, like hearing stories about the shit that like I wasn't present to, but like I know if I was there, like it would have just been so much fucking better.
Oh yeah,
it's like giving you a backstory to a character.
Literally, like that's what I'm hearing, and it's fucking amazing, and it makes me so happy that like I made it into this friend group that like I became fully accepted.
Dude, it's actually a thing. Awesome. Like
all of us or none of us.
Will, first of all, we love you. Second, that's actually a thing. A lot of people, whenever they kind of come into our circle, into our influence, into our world, we often get this thought that we're very intimidating, especially from like new girlfriends and shit.
People have said that actually about us.
My God, multiple people have said that.
Yeah.
They're just there's so much energy. Like I literally either feel sucked into it or I feel repulsed by it because it's just so much.
Not to cut you off, but remember when we went to Buffalo Wild Wings with Landon, and Landon was like, dude, if it was a room with Oliver, Travis, and Brandon, you couldn't get a word in, bro. You could not get a word in.
Maybe that's why
it's because we're so like, it's because all of us are so in tune with like being like 100% honest. We do not fucking care.
Well, I think the thing about it too is like
good vibes.
Well, yeah, especially with the podcast too. And we're all on that same level that it's just like, this is like one of your close friends or one of your really good friends or your best friends. You have to match that level or you're not going to be that person at that time.
You're not going to have fun in that situation.
Yeah,
honestly, I have to mentally prepare myself before we all hang out. It's like I have to sit there and be like, whew, it's time. Speed. I am speed.
Not to like change the topic, but like, I think like this whole experience that has been, dude, I've had a blast. I remember like doing from the radio station and going to here. Like imagine if Phil did the radio with us, dude. That would have been insane.
Yeah.
But the radio, like, I also think it's better that Will started with us on the podcast because the radio was great and the radio was how this all started and the radio was what gave us this idea. So obviously the radio was great, but the radio now we've talked about this a couple of times, but the radio now like seems so limiting.
It's true.
Well, we literally were, so kind of context for people that don't know, because we do have a lot more different people listening.
True, it's good to get updates on things too.
We had a radio show, like literally on the radio, 89.7.
College, yeah.
And we had a weekly show. Apparently, it was the most popular one, and we would just do the same thing, except for we couldn't cuss and we couldn't talk about like cunts and shit.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't talk about sex.
We became kind of celebs. I'm not gonna lie. At least it felt like it.
We've had people like recognize our voice and be like, "Hey, like, weird question. Were you on the radio?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know."
Yeah, like in the den, dude.
Dude, I remember being in a class that I took with the head radio guy. And it was the first day of class, and he was talking about the radio station and how the person who ran the social media was in the class with us. And he was like, if anyone wants to be in the radio station, I would highly recommend it. Please talk to Jared or Oliver, because Jared's the head of social media, and Oliver had a really good show with his friends, and they loved it. They had a blast.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. That was all because of a class too.
Well, I've had someone like come into like my place of work and recognize us, because for those who don't know, we don't just do the podcast like here with you so that way you can visually see us. We have it on Spotify as well?
There's some on Spotify, yeah.
As long as that's been kept up with.
There's some on Spotify, yeah.
But
I don't know the early one.
But because of that, I had a person come into my place of work the other day, and they recognized my voice because they listened to it on Spotify. And so the one thing that threw them off was it was just really weird, because like I was helping them out, and like they look up at me and they're like, "I recognize you, but I don't know from where." I'm like, "I don't know. Like,
I work here." And so like I just was my normal self, which is what I portray on this show. Like this is my actual self. I'm always this high energy. And so like I'm like that around my place of work. And like she like after I come back after we do something for like 5 minutes, I come back and she's like, "You're Will, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've said that." I'm like, No. From like the podcast that I listen to. I'm like, "You listen to the Real Sensitive Guy podcast?" That's fire.
I was like, "What?" And so like we just had that whole conversation. She's like, "Yeah," are like all the guys like how they are like even after the show. She asked, like, it was a fan, and like they asked,
that's wild.
I crave that interaction, dude.
They asked about like everybody, like is like Travis and all of them, like, do you guys like? And we're like, yeah, sometimes. But like, yeah, we talk and stuff like that. And they asked like how everybody was like outside of like the podcast. Like, are they the same people? I'm like, I mean, yeah.
Generally.
It's just generally. I feel like being around you guys in general is like amplifies my personality. Like even if whether there's a camera or not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like going back to like what I said earlier, like if Travis's energy or like Brandon's like outgoingness and like Will's high like voiceness, you like feed off of all of it.
It's like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
I like how I'm known as the high voice one.
Well, I meant where like you're I don't know, I just, you know,
I'm very vocal.
Yeah, that's true. That's a better way to put it, but
so yeah,
but,
it's been a fucking journey, and I think this podcast has been great for me in some ways and awful for me in others. And it's like, but at the end of the day, this is an avenue for us to just shoot the shit and
literally
force us to hang out.
Yeah, right.
We hang out like
as if we don't play games daily.
Well, I think I think a lot of things too about that is like when people start getting older, especially if like, they move away from their parents or their siblings and things like that, and all you're doing is just mindlessly going to work every day, you're going to lose that sense of like looking forward to something to a certain degree. So like I look forward to it. Like I don't like think down about the podcast. Even if we have like nothing to talk about, I'm like, you know, it's gonna be a good show. Like I'm looking forward to it. Let's kill it. Like
not just the podcast, dude. You mentioned like this mindless work thing. It's like I think we've just come over that cusp where like you said, everybody's like moving away. We're all like taking our own individual paths, but like I still like look forward to getting online with you guys every single
yeah.
night. Fucking
every single
despite
time.
COVID, despite being in the adult world and like working 40-hour weeks and shit, despite all that.
Oh yeah. Outside
I
of
still
work,
look forward to it.
100%. Outside of work, whenever I get texts at work in our group chat that say like, "Hey, yo, anybody want to like come to like play the game tonight? Like, anyone want to play games tonight?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm down to fucking play." And then you get like the other guys that come in and say, "Yeah." So it's like, well, fuck, I get to hang out with the fucking boys tonight.
Hey, Will, can you turn
Let's
down your
fucking
mic a
go.
little bit?
It's always a good night, dude.
So I kind of to change the topic a little bit.
Go for it.
I know you guys are all massive superhero movie fans.
Yeah.
Have you guys all seen the order of how you're supposed to watch Endgame in order?
Endgame in order? What do you
What do you
mean?
mean?
You're supposed to watch movies beforehand. Like if you look up Endgame,
like the whole entire like
Yeah,
actual
every single
timeline.
superhero movie up until that. Yeah, I've seen that.
I have
Is it-
not.
It's confusing as shit.
is
I
it worth
have
it?
not.
It's kind of like watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated series. It's just kind of like a bunch of different stories mixed and matched all together. But like some fans, like super fans, what they have done, and so Endgame is like 15 movies or something like that. The Clone Wars are like literally 100 and something episodes, but they've listed out everything in sequential order. It's fucking nuts.
That poses a question. Do you think Stan Lee had that in mind when he was like making, like directing these, like helping make these movies? Do you think he had like a little say in word of the like, hey, like,
Of course he did, man. They put him in every movie.
Well,
like,
I
at
think
the end of each
Despite the
movie,
fact that
we're
he
gonna
was
throw
getting
a
beat the
spoiler.
fuck out of by his handler, I think he really was excited about the fact that his vision came into light.
yeah.
Oh my god, he was so happy about it.
I think
And I love the cameos. The cameos are honestly one thing that I look forward to the most in those movies, is to see what Stan Lee is going to be.
Yeah, I have never ever really been like a massive superhero movie fan, or like I know about them, I've heard about them. I've never really watched a lot of them or have cared to. I just recently watched Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and I am not like big into superhero movies, but these are like kind of different tweaks on superhero, like on those kind of movies that made it
Yeah,
enjoyable.
those two specifically are just solid ass standalone movies.
Really?
Dude, Groot is the best. Little Groot's the best character.
Little Groot, baby Groot.
Yeah, dude, he's fire.
But like, I don't know. I also I always get kind of worried because I feel like Disney kind of changes and molds everything it touches. And I don't know if it like, I love the Marvel movies, but I don't know if it's exactly like what Stan Lee's dream was and everything, you know, all the directions they're going with it.
Well, the direction's now that he's dead, but like in the movies that came out when he was still alive, he was on their ass about like wanting them to be.
Probably.
You could.
Like, I also think of what they did to like Star Wars.
I mean, yeah,
you know, with the Disney last 3 movies, like I liked those movies. That's all. I liked them.
I kind of have an unpopular opinion. I've rewatched some of those movies, and Star Wars movies aren't that good to begin with, except for Episode 3. I will forever hold that that's one of my favorite movies.
Bro. The prequels were actually really good. Had a really great story. Some of the acting was a little cringe at some specific points. But great story in those 3 movies.
Well, I think part of that too is just, especially from like the original 6, it's different director, like different like frame of minds back then because they're older. So you're trying to like preserve.
Yeah, you always have to think of those movies too, like what they would have been. I mean, the first Star Wars movie came out in 1975, and those special effects in that movie and that kind of like orchestral soundtrack was fucking unheard of. And imagine how that must have been to see that in 1975.
I would have loved for them to. They're never going to do it because people would be too pissed. But imagine them redoing those original 3 movies,
like with new actors and everything.
Like same plot line, everything, but like the action. Have you guys seen the fan redo of Ben Kenobi versus Darth Vader?
Yes.
Oh
dude.
my fucking! Oh my god!
It's so good.
That's one of those things that I wish I could erase from my mind and
watch for the first time again.
Yes. Holy fuck!
Well, I think going back to Travis's point about like how, or Will's point about like how like things have changed since like the head honcho, like Stan Lee, obviously. Like think about Apple now, like Steve Jobs, or like any other industry. Everywhere. Yeah, like once the head honcho, that's on that organization or platform, is no longer with them, and you can see how like it changes. And it's in my personal opinion, I think if Steve Jobs was still here today, the Apple products would be so different. They'd be insanely different. They'd still be the same kind of concept, but like insanely different.
They wouldn't have gone the same route. Exactly. Yeah. And that's how it is with so many other companies.
It's interesting.
Once the head honcho leaves,
you have one visionary who's like this massive brain person. I always try to strive to have like crazy and new ideas, and a lot of that just turns into degeneracy bullshit. But like these people that are innovators just sit there and come up with new ideas.
Companies.
Well, I think part of that too is like what Brandon was saying. Like, you know, you have one visionary. Okay, that's awesome, but like you need to have like, you want to branch out and have a little bit more, so there's more like variety. I'm not like, I guarantee you Steve Jobs and Stan Lee had tons of people feeding them information on how to do things differently, but at the end of the day, they had the final say.
Of course.
Yeah. So,
but it makes you wonder too what would happen if people like that were like still alive and didn't die. Someone like Steve Jobs or Stephen Hawking or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Didn't die, and like what they could still be doing and what they could still be coming up with, and they'd still be getting smarter and smarter probably. Like,
here's my spin on it, is that they're like the head honchos. They're the ones that are taking constructive criticism for their ideas, but I don't think that they get just the final say, because like you got to think, like a lot of these people like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Stan Lee, these people started this company from the ground up.
Oh, it's true.
So they designed everything up until they became this famous company that they did. So before Bill Gates was actually in Microsoft, he designed all of that hardware, all of that software and stuff like that. So like, I don't think that they get the final says. I think they just take constructive criticism heavily, but they are the ones that are still.
A lot of those people have like crews
so much over it.
They have like a posse. They have like a group of close advisors to like literally to, hey, Steve, you're being a fucking idiot. Like, this is stupid.
Literally.
Or like, you know, just help them create ideas and things like that. So
exactly.
So I just looked up, when did the first Apple product come out? It was 1976. So that just shows you that they've been kind of in the industry for a hot sec.
Oh yeah.
So
Microsoft was like what?
Around that time too.
Yeah, around that same time.
Do any of you guys remember Gateway?
No.
Is that IBM?
No. You never had Gateway computers?
No. IBM used to be like the biggest shit.
Yeah.
IBM was like the big boy, and Apple and Microsoft were little boys at one point.
Exactly.
That was for a pretty short time, but it did happen.
And then,
but now it's like we've been fucking buying from the same companies for our entire life. They're so huge now. How about Microsoft buying Bethesda? Just straight up, just say, let's fucking buy Bethesda all of a sudden.
We're on our way to like this dystopian one company rules them all type scenario.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you guys remember in like fifth grade history learning about like fucking monopolies and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh God,
that shit
like the
still
steel
exists,
companies
by the
and
way.
shit.
Huge.
Yeah.
And the monopolies are bigger than those people back then would have ever thought possible.
It's a real fucking thing.
Well, I remember taking a class in college. It was a communications class where they basically broke down like the 4 or 5 biggest companies that just own everything. Like they just own everything just because they have their hand in everything. So they have like, think about like,
I think one of them's Nestle, isn't it?
Or like General Electric, dude. They make everything. Or Google owns everything. Or Disney has a hand in every like
Film.
TV station of all time or film. Like
porn.
It's just.
One company owns like all these of the hugest porn sites. One like conglomerate.
I think
by the way,
is it?
They own Pornhub. They own like X videos. They own like all of it, bro. All of the big
hamster.
ones.
There's no way.
X hamster, bro.
No way.
Oh.
Speaking of porn, I know Oliver's looking something up, so I don't want to interrupt that. But
he's looking up damp lips.
I I have a new purchase that I have invested in. I finally, I got my new job. I have some money that I can invest in things that will help me out. I wanted to go into a concept of where, in order for me to last longer in bed, what I would do is I would envision different shapes. So I would start with a triangle, and then I would make that triangle spin to the right, and then I would put a square behind it, and I would make that square spin the other ways, just to do mental gymnastics. Well, I thought to myself, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one advertiser in particular has caught my eye.
Joe Rogan.
Blue Chew. You guys know what Blue Chew is?
Yes. Did
No
you get us
idea.
a sponsor?
No, imagine. Blue
I'm
Chew
talking about dick pills for a
are
fucking hour.
chewable dick pills. And here's the description. Here's what sold me on it. FPS Russia, aka Kyle, who's on the Painkiller Already podcast, basically said that it's like your dick on its best day ever, as far as how hard it is. When you have a good dick day and you're like, damn, Jeffrey's fucking killing it today.
You're like, this thing might be a foot today. This literally might be a foot today.
So, I don't hear you, Will. So, not only that, but the refractory period is like nothing. Apparently, you can just nut and keep going. Like your dick is still hard no matter what. So,
what is this, like next level Viagra or something?
Yes.
It's exactly what it is. I actually got not the Viagra brand, but the other. I think it's the Cialis. I don't know the prescription names.
Are you having trouble?
Cialis is for erectile dysfunction, Brandon.
No, that's what Viagra is as well. That's what dick pills are.
Are you having trouble?
But they can also be used by people who don't have erectile dysfunction.
It's not
just have really long lasting.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair
if you're
enough.
just trying to just go crazy with a girl, apparently this is the avenue to do it. So you just fill out a form. They could check in your health history, and I got the $20 a month thing where they send you, I think it's like 8 pills or something like that.
A month?
Yeah, $20 a month.
You did a
Have you tried one yet?
I have.
You did a
I'm
subscription.
not. So I'm gonna be going and hanging out with a lady this weekend, and I will have my dick pills by then, and I will describe the experience.
Like a man who lasts long.
So is this the secret item that may or may not have been ordered?
No, this is the secret item. I was like, I ordered something, and Oliver's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "I can't tell you." And he's like, "Oh no."
He just revealed it.
Well, when Brandon was saying he's got something to tell us on the podcast, I was like, "Is this a surprise?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "I'm not going to tell you." I was like, "Is it disgusting?" He's like, "Yeah, kind of." I was like, "Gross."
So
Not
I'm
disgusting.
thinking, I've had this problem my
good
whole life.
investment.
So whenever I go into a new relationship or anything, that's a problem that I have to think about. Is like, I can't fucking last long. Women's pussies feel too good. Okay,
You
they
got to
feel
give
too
like a
good.
disclaimer. It's embarrassing.
It definitely is. I have no problem in the length department.
So it's still relevant.
I think my 3.5 inches hard satisfies women enough, but it's the lasting long thing that has always fucked me up. And I've tried to do mental gymnastics. I'm hoping that this is my solution, because after you've been with a girl for a long time, that's not a problem because you're having sex like every day. Like that's just a thing.
Exactly.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. My dick will be super hard at least.
Are you trying to have sex every day?
That would be my dream life, honestly. That'd be pretty cool.
Every day?
Yeah.
Horn dog.
Every
Go to
day.
horny jail, Brandon.
Brandon's like, "Let me in behind the curtains."
Let me free.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so what I was looking up is what's the biggest company in the world as of 2020.
What's the biggest
And guess
cock?
what it is? Guess what it is? You won't guess. The biggest company in the world
Amazon.
as of 2020. Nope.
It's Nestle.
Nope.
There's no way.
No,
not
it's got to be like
Amazon.
Johnson and Johnson or something.
Travis is getting closer, but that's not it.
Procter and Gamble.
Starts with a W.
Walgreens.
Wegmans.
Walmart.
There's no
Walmart,
way.
really?
No
Biggest
way.
company. Yep.
What
no,
is
duh, they're the-
is this like most employees? Like what are you basing this off
I
of?
just looked up biggest company. It gave me a revenue estimate, but
All right. So it's in revenue. It's measured by revenue.
Yeah, so revenue. The next company is
How big is Blue Chew?
Blue chip is not going to be on
How is
here.
it not like Amazon? I still don't get how it's not
that's
Amazon.
Yeah.
No, because Amazon has the highest value stock, from my understanding.
Amazon is
After like 8 months of COVID, how is it not
Amazon is number 9 with a
What?
total revenue of 280 million.
Damn.
I don't think
That's
that
a
number's
number
correct.
9.
There's no way. There's literally no
That's
way.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, BP, which is the oil and gas.
When was
company,
this posted? When was this posted?
Let me see.
Because I feel like that's not up to date.
Yeah, I mean, I said as of 2020, but let's see if it gives me a. Let me see.
No. This isn't. I see what you're looking at. It's in millions. So
Yeah,
that's
Okay,
like
so it's
523
trillions of
millions.
fucking dollars.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, as of world's largest company, as of 2020, the first quarter of this year, which is the first 4 months, was Microsoft.
There
The
we
s-
go.
The second quarter, which is the next 4 months, was Apple.
Yep.
They're fighting, and then Amazon's number 3 both times. Is Apple and Microsoft are interchanged between the top 2 as
Yep.
of this year.
Yeah,
That
I don't know
sounds about
what
right.
you all are looking at. I typed richest company in the world 2020, and number 1 is Amazon.
I'm looking at a Wikipedia article.
I typed in.
I'll never trust
I-
Wikipedia,
okay,
my guy.
Shut the fuck up, you
I
fucking
give this
boomer.
I
Dog, I'm looking at
I'm a history major.
So
I'm
you're a
looking
boomer.
at visualcapitalist.com, so I think I've got a reputable source here.
Yeah, I looked up who owns the most in the world. So yeah, Travis, in terms of revenue, you are correct.
Of course.
I
it
had
had to be.
to-
I was like, there's no way it's
Yeah.
not Amazon.
I had a
There's
different
zero
specification.
way.
Yeah, you in that specification, you are correct, sir. And that is a reputable site, as long as it's a .org or .gov, as long as it's not .com.
Yeah.
They teach you
I
that.
like
in
to
fucking-
trust
that's all the way
.info. That's my favorite.
Well, they usually say if you use .coms, it's not a good source, but you use .govs or .orgs, it's more credible.
What about
Yep, if you-
.biz?
.biz,
.biz.
even better. That's how you know.
Yeah.
.net is a good one.
.net is trash. .net just wishes it was .com.
What do you guys think about the company IBM?
I
Don't
think
care.
Dead company.
Dead
Don't care.
That meme.
I don't know. Dead company.
Older now.
Who
It's just
owns
like-
IBM?
I don't know.
Probably Google.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
I
about
would
how Joe Biden played Despacito after being introduced by a Latin American?
That's
I just got one thing to say, dog.
Bad. Bro, it was the fucking worst.
Joe Biden
So,
is the worst.
It was so cringy. So cringy.
Should we watch the clip? Should I pull it up?
I'm down. I'm down to watch this clip.
So IBM, Warren Buffett owns IBM.
Oh, okay.
Whatever
I
happened
don't
with
know
that?
that
Remember the Watson supercomputer? Whatever happened with that lately?
It's done nothing.
It's done
Dude,
nothing.
So I was talking to my
supercomputer, dude.
coworkers earlier today at work.
Supercomputers got nothing in this world. We
What
got
if
supercomputers in our fucking pockets?
True.
what if there was a console that was a one-stop shop for consoles that had Xbox, PC, PlayStation? What if that was the thing?
That's called a PC, dog, with some emulators.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I was about to say.
Games that are exclusive only for those specific consoles, they were all in one so you could play them.
Yeah, I actually did see something like that. There was a guy custom building his PC with, this was a long time ago. So he was building it with a PS3 and an Xbox 360 also integrated into the tower of the
Yeah,
PC.
isn't that
So you
wild?
could just switch, and he had like a switch on the PC
See,
like
we
chassis.
to which one?
You
Yeah.
could switch
All right,
between PS3, Xbox
Clip is in
360,
the
and
chat,
PC.
by the way.
That's
That
pretty
is-
sick.
That's wild, bro. Like people like that would just make life so much easier.
If I had
All
the
right,
time
I'm
and
ready.
knowledge, I would build something like that in a second.
Alrighty, so I'm at 0. You guys ready?
I'm at 0.
All right.
Hang on, I don't know what I just did, bro. Oh, never mind, I got it.
I don't know why we struggle with this every time. It's just playing.
We always
I
do.
made the fucking chat disappear for a sec. I don't know how I did it,
All
but
right.
I'm ready.
3,
I'm ready.
2,
Ready.
1, play. I'm gonna have to mute it whenever he plays the song.
It's gonna be so cringy.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Hang on here.
All right.
All right.
Look at him.
What the He's
That
so
fucking
happy
boomer.
about it. He's a fucking boomer.
What a fucking
If
boomer.
any one of these people, I'd be elected president by acclamation. Thank you so much.
That pity
you,
laugh
thank
was
you, thank
disgusting. Okay.
It was so fucking bad.
Yeah. Oh, not good.
He was trying to appeal to the younger audience.
No, he was trying to appeal to Latinos because he had a Latino introduce him.
Oh.
I mean,
it
it's
was
so
so
different.
cringy.
It's
That's
no
like-
different than
so
like the
cringy.
RNC having like all these special black speakers to show that Republicans don't hate black people.
That's like going up, a black speaker introduces you in, and then you're like, start playing Migos.
Gosh, that's bad. That's
That's
a
so
big
fucked
thing.
up.
Or an
Is-
Asian
is-
person comes up and you just start playing K-pop or some shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a big issue in today's society. Is like cultural appropriation. Like,
Oh my god, it's
Like, just
horrible nowadays.
yeah, just like instantly like judging someone off their race, even though you have no idea what they're like or who they are.
Especially
that's
since the
always been a
coronavirus
thing,
came in,
but,
I've
like-
seen more people hate on
Asians.
fucking Asians. Yeah,
It's because of our fucking president, man. The China virus.
China.
literally.
It's literally making all his
China
zombie
virus.
supporters fucking hate Chinese
Bro,
people.
it's so fucking
And Trump
bad.
supporters think anyone Asian is Chinese.
Literally.
By the way.
It's so bad. It's so bad nowadays.
Yeah, I kind of have a problem with this whole cultural appropriation because sometimes it's just in good taste. It makes sense. Like, I don't want you to bitch at me for wearing a sombrero when I'm at a Mexican restaurant on my birthday. Like, fuck you. Okay, I'm here for margaritas and big.
Yeah,
hat.
the person like dancing around in a sombrero doing like racial slurs and stuff, that's the guy who's culturally appropriating.
Yeah, he's being the dick.
Well, okay. Think about it like this though. Like if you're going to a Mexican restaurant and you're wearing a sombrero and you're doing that, I think that's okay because that's probably what they expect. You're at a Mexican restaurant, but like, where does any person that's not white get to do that against white people? You know what I
Hey,
mean?
my name is
Starbucks.
John. How's everybody doing?
Starbucks.
I mean,
Starbucks.
you just
Nice
don't see it
weather.
as often. Like you see like more of like, oh, I'm at a Chinese restaurant or like, you know what I mean? Like it's not as
Oh
common.
yeah, right. Go on Twitter. I see so many people
There's a
riffing on
whole
white people.
There's a
bad
whole
there.
page about hating white people in there.
Yeah, I
There's
think
many, many, many pages and many, many people that hate white people and hate men on Twitter.
man.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's getting big now.
But we're
Big
not allowed to be
trash.
mad about that. We're not allowed to be
Big
mad about
thing to hate men on Twitter.
Huge.
that. I hate men. I hate men. God, I wish I had a boyfriend.
Men are pigs. Men are dogs.
Why can't ELE, bro? Everybody love everybody. Cultural world peace.
That's like saying all lives matter, though. You can't say ELE.
I
Everybody
mean,
love
you don't
everybody.
believe all lives matter?
Are we
Except
gonna have this discussion?
There's some
Are you
sensitive
trying to
topics.
bait him? Are you trying to bait him into something right now?
There's
Travis got serious real quick. He's like,
there's some
ready to have this discussion?
sensitive topics about that because there's
Well,
people that have
no,
done
I think
horrible
everybody.
Next
You
word
have this
wisely,
conversation with somebody, and people are like, "Well, no shit, all lives matter," but that's not the fucking point. God, that's gonna be turned into a
Yeah.
clip
Yeah.
if I ever run for office.
well, that's true because like obviously there's some people in this world that have done some terrible things, and how are you going to say their life is more important than somebody else's?
Imagine
That's
running
right,
for
yeah.
office after this podcast.
We're
Imagine running
fucked. There's
for
no
office.
way.
we can't run for anything.
So on
We can run for our lives from the
Oliver
government.
Winkheiser, a man that says he has integrity, but he quivers when he orgasms.
He squirm.
Travis literally says, "When I stick it in and it's all around me, I love it." Like
Travis
When
says
they
he's
comes
immersed
all
into his
around.
community, but it sounds like he's immersed into something else. And it rolls the clip where you're like, when I stick it in that pussy, it's all over.
When you feel that warmth all around. So-
That means she
the
love you,
fuck?
dude.
I mean, she like that's a good quote.
You see white stuff coming out of our pussy.
Yeah,
means she
so
love you, dude.
That means she love you.
Bailey showed me this quote
Oh,
from
God.
from a Rocky Balboa movie that
Oh Lord.
yeah, the other day. It's the one where he says like
My
If
name's
you, like,
Sylvester
when
Stallone, and I like women
No.
shitting on top of glass tables while I'm
Oh my God, it sounds
No,
just
that's OBJ. OBJ likes to get shit on.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah. Anyway, so it was the quote where like life keeps smacking you in the face, but you got to just learn to take the punch and hit life back harder. Like that shit hits, bro. Because
It ain't
it's
about
like
how
real.
hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep
Exactly.
moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's like
Yeah.
real as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's real as shit.
That's the classic.
But it's really
speech.
corny too, because it's coming from
it's
here.
true. It's
because
true.
it's like that's like one of the most well-known speeches from any movie, I'd say, probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
if you like, there's so many great quotes from so many different movies out there in the past.
Oh,
Cue the
I think
motivational channels where it's got like inspirational music and you're going over a fucking mountain. It's about how hard you get back up and how hot that stripper is while she's shitting on you.
Yeah,
No, I think the movie that has the best quotes is Good Will Hunting. Robin Williams is so great in that role.
You can't
Dude.
say any movie has better quotes than Shrek. Most quotable movie.
Like
on
that's
the
ever
planet.
gonna happen.
Every single line in that movie is a quote.
Donkey,
Donkey.
what are you doing in my swamp?
That'll do, donkey. That'll
That'll
do.
do you guys have like a before? I know we're about to close here soon, but
We got 10 minutes.
do you guys have like a
Inspiration.
inspirational or like role model from history that you look up to?
Oh yeah, of course.
Role
Like
model
one in particular.
Charlton Heston or Clint Eastwood. He's still alive though.
Loose Cannon Cop.
I would say either Teddy Roosevelt or who is he?
He was a pussy. I'm just kidding.
Bitch, fuck. Are we ready to have this conversation right now?
Are we having this
Don't get him
conversation?
fucking started. No. Fucking history major.
It'd be Teddy Roosevelt, and I would say
He was racist.
I would say Wayne Gretzky. He's done so much for the sport that I love, so like it's a big inspiration to me.
That's fair.
Probably Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Huge inspiration for me.
And Beavis
Kevin
from Beavis and
Spacey.
Butthead.
Yeah, bro.
Beavis.
I hella looked up the cartoon characters when I was young, though.
Bro, SpongeBob was lit.
Dude,
Like
yeah.
fucking Seto Kaiba.
Oh,
I wanted to be Kaiba so bad.
you wanted to be Kaiba. Ash Ketchum. I wanted to train.
Yo,
Pokemon.
actually, Goku is like a good one for sure.
A good one.
God, bro,
Saitama
you're gonna
from One Punch Man.
dude. High key though, Piccolo was a beast.
Like if
I
Piccolo
want him
can
to be
say
my
the
dad.
N word.
Dude, that's
And clip that for Brandon's campaign speech.
that's racist against the Namekians. That's racist against the Namekians. You can't say that.
True.
Kami would be offended.
Tommy's a big fat piece of shit.
Or Nail, whichever one he fuses with.
No, he fused with them both, bro.
Yeah.
Go back and watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Dude,
Yeah.
high key though,
Yeah.
all-time favorite characters gotta be Vegeta or Piccolo. Or Cooler.
No.
You are cooler.
Dude,
All right.
Cooler's a beast. You can't
All
even
right,
say that.
what Dragon Ball Z characters are we?
Oliver is
Whoa.
cooler. Oliver's Raditz.
Oh, dude, nah,
Bro,
I can't
Oliver,
think
you tell us. What Dragon Ball Z characters are we, Oliver? Come on.
Wow. I want to say that Brandon is probably
Trump.
Gohan or Gohan or Trunks isn't good. I was gonna say old Gohan is probably a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. God, there's so many characters I don't know, so this is gonna be tough. I feel like Travis could be a Trunks, like an old Trunks. I could fuck with that. That's probably. I mean, I don't want to give anyone like the Goku's
Hell's
like, high standards.
Flash.
So I'm not gonna
Fucking
do
Android
that.
16, you fucking dick. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, the androids are fire, but I'm
Burrow.
thinking more of like humans. So I gave you Gohan, and obviously.
Can I be Golbo?
Who the fuck is that?
I'm Mr. Popo.
You can't say that.
If I'm going strictly like anybody ever, like that's different. But it seems like I'm picking strictly just humans. For Will, who's another good
Oliver,
one?
who you fucking? Chi-Chi or Bulma?
Why are you cutting him off before he gets to mine?
Definitely Bulma. But
You're both bitch.
You a Bulma bitch?
I kind of wanted to give Will go 10, but I want to get someone more prominent. So I'm trying to think who else is.
Will's like Tien.
Tien's not bad. Tien's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I like Tien.
He's one of the strongest fucking humans ever, and like so is Krillin.
It'd be different if I gave him like Yamcha or something like that. Well, thank this.
His triangle attack that shoots a square beam
literally kills him.
I just forget all like the human characters that are on the
I'm
good
just
side.
doing the triangle thing. That's great.
shooting a square beam with a triangle blast.
And then it starts spinning, and everybody's just like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Just picture Cell getting slammed into that hole over and over. Actually, that might make you come.
Bro, not gonna lie, I was fucking the other day, and I was like looking. I was like, I need to find something to distract myself, so I started counting my blinds.
That has to be looking around for something just to like think about.
Bro, what's the weirdest thing that you guys have thought about during sex?
Oh, I've thought about a bunch of weird shit. Like
Like
sometimes I
what?
go down like holes of thought. I can't
Rabbit
tell
hole,
you.
Alice in Wonderland.
It's like a dream.
But like, what's the one weirdest thing that you've used to like distract yourself? Well, other
Probably
than
the
Travis.
boy in the striped pajamas.
Oh, great. Okay, Brandon. This is not a relive of a interaction.
I mean, kind of
It
is.
was, but yeah.
What I would do is I had one where like I could not last long with this one chick. It was so bad. So what I would do is like while I was going at her, I would look at my ceiling fan and I would catch one ceiling fan and just watch it. And like,
Oh, I love
follow
doing
it.
that. You get kind of dizzy.
Bro, it's so hard to do because like you're trying to focus on fucking and also not trying to get dizzy. It's so bad.
Who's Goku's master? I mean, yeah, what's his name? I forget.
Master
old fucker?
Roshi.
Yeah,
no,
Master
the
Roshi.
purple dude.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my
Purple
God,
dude?
what is his name?
That's the guy that I was thinking about for Travis for a second.
What purple dude? Oh, Beerus.
Yeah. That's not his name.
No, when Goku
looking it up.
dies and he goes to the planet.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
King
his name?
Kai.
With the
He's got gray
King
hair.
Kai. King Kai.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No.
Okay, yeah, I can
Wait,
see
gray
that.
hair. You're talking about Master Roshi, bro.
No, not Master Roshi. The dude that he meets up in heaven or whatever when he dies. And I can envision him. He's purple and he's got gray hair.
God, what? Oh, Supreme Kai?
It might be Supreme Kai.
Yeah, it's the Supreme
It
Kai.
might be, yeah,
He's a short guy?
Yeah, he's a little short, but he's fire.
Yeah. I agree.
Yo, you know how we did that Sonic thing where like we put like it put us all to a character? Can you do that with Dragon Ball Z or no?
Brandyn the
Probably, dude. There's got to be
Brandyn
so many
That
people
would be
that created
fire.
like, original
I
Dragon
don't know
Ball
how we
Z
did that. I don't know how we
Brandyn
did
the
that.
Saiyan.
Ooh. I'm down. Let me see who I get.
Brandyn the Saiyan. It's just Goku with blue hair.
I think that's what most people's like original characters of Dragon Ball Z are.
What the fuck? So it's be myself, be honest. Thanks, guys. I'll try that. And also my type, I'd say is innocent and honest, the same as I try to be. Brandyn the Saiyan. What the fuck?
like
You
a
fucking
weird-
degenerate.
I just
All
keep
mine
getting
is-
like Travis Scott Dragon Ball Z art.
I got
Yeah, I keep getting like, yeah.
New challenge. New challenge. Look your name up and the Saiyan. What
This
about
is what I get. Look at this shit.
What the fuck? Why did it post my shit?
Oh my
What the
God.
fuck is that?
It's Travis Scott. This game doesn't work for me.
Shit. That's fucking hilarious right there.
All right, we need to finish wrapping up. We need to wrap up.
Finish wrapping up.
Never wrapped up.
That's redundant.
Oliver.
Do you want me to do the closer?
Is that Oliver Super Saiyan 3?
Just something I saw that was funny.
That is really funny.
Shit.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
You doing
So
this?
do that challenge. Look up your name and then the Saiyan, and you'll be getting shit. Damn, they have all the transformations for this black version of you, Oliver.
Dude. Oliver, you're fucking killing it, my guy.
Yeah,
You're fucking out here, buddy.
It's the Super Saiyan 2 version.
I guess.
Oh, this is 1 and 2. They both look the same.
Travis, you know how
Yeah,
you do
I-
that like superhero story? You should draw
Yeah,
us
dude.
all as Super Saiyans.
That'd be kind of wild.
Have I shown you guys the latest drawings I've done?
Wait, you've done some
Save it
recently?
for
I started redoing them all with like shading and everything, and everybody has stats like in like the Marvel fucking universe.
Yeah,
Let me-
yeah,
let
give me
me
hip.
show
I
you
haven't
one.
seen
Let me
this.
just show
Hold
you.
up. Let's do the
Alright.
closing. Are we doing this on stream?
Yes, we're doing this right now.
Yeah, we're doing.
I
it.
bet.
So Travis has been like creating this
Universe.
not a Marvel knockoff universe. For a very long time. It's ever since like high school and middle school.
I
And
think
shit.
he said
Yeah.
he was going to add me soon.
Yeah, I still haven't thought of a power for you yet. I've basically done all like the OGs here. So like, here's mine.
Oh wow,
I
you have
just,
like, oh my god,
energy.
And then I also have like the
Shit.
different abilities they have.
Oh
That's
my
fire.
God.
Travis
I
goes in
did-
detail.
Here's Jess.
Archangel. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, dude.
Difficulty. That's fire.
I did you and Brandon too.
Fuck.
Well,
I
you're gonna get
just
in.
haven't come up with a good power for you because I have to have like a backstory to match the power, but the backstory also has to like.
Can you
correlate to
also
your life.
explain like the thought process behind the stats? And you should probably start with yours first.
Okay, yeah. So I basically copied them off the Marvel website, except I added. So there's durability, strength, fighting skills, speed, intelligence, and then I added power, which is basically just like an overall general.
Stat?
This is the least powerful person in the superhero universe. This is the most powerful person in the superhero universe.
So like
Where
when
do they
you're
rank?
at top power, are you just like intergalactic? Like what is your power?
You're Thanos.
How does that
You're
scale?
just like you're just most powerful person in the universe.
So
At that
Thanos.
So
time.
your overall rating is the highest.
It's literally
it's
like
like
a
God
power
tier.
level. It's like a power level, yeah. And I'm not the top, as you can see.
Yeah, but you put
I am
yourself
not
pretty
the
high
most
up there.
powerful person in the universe, but as the protagonist, I am close. As is tradition. Here, I'll show you. Here's Brandon's. Came up with the perfect name for him, and I came up with a backstory for you too.
Indiana Pain.
Yeah, I like it.
Hold on, let me see
That's
my
your
stats. Let me see my
name?
stats.
That's your superhero name because that's your YouTube name, okay? And you're like a vlogger that explores like ancient ruins and like crypts and pyramids and stuff like that. And you find this like cursed sword and get possessed, but like you're also fighting for control of your own body.
Can
So
I see what
sometimes
your
you're this, like,
intelligence is
ancient
real
being.
quick?
Yeah.
You put me pretty down there. Like I'm lower than average. It was what
You're
it
at the
looks
same
like.
as me, bro. You're at the same as me. It's the same as power. You got to think of this. This is like the dumbest person in the entire universe. This is the smartest person in the entire universe.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know?
Oh,
No, have you ever got one for me either?
Oh, well, yeah. I'll show you yours. I got yours.
I thought you just
I
put
came up with the perfect name for you too.
Oh my God. Free shooter.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Breaking the fourth wall. Free shooter is like Oliver's thing for everything.
Oh, it is nowadays. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Bro, it's so fucking perfect.
that's so funny.
I thought my name was gonna be like Spin or something like that, but that's also good. I like that too.
Indiana Pain. I like it.
No, originally I actually was trying to think of a name that would like correspond to SpinShootImpress. I was thinking like hunt, loot, impress, or something like that. Because you like go into ruins and shit.
Point.
But instead, I came with Indiana Payne. I thought that was pretty witty.
Oh fuck! I'm scared to see what mine's gonna be.
I gotta just,
Will the Wise.
dude.
It's just me as a fucking wizard.
Oh yeah,
should
dude,
do-
Will the Wise. Just like
Your
fucking
superhero name should be the fucking Conquerant.
Le Conquerant.
The Conquerant.
You might be a
is-
villain, honestly. The Conqueror.
Or like a
I would-
vigilante.
Oh, I would love to be a vigilante.
Vigilante
one thing
that
I
just
really fuck with.
enslaves and takes over lands.
A French vigilante called Le Conquerant.
You should be a bounty hunter.
There is like a bounty hunting group.
That like
Oh
hunts
my.
superheroes.
For a short time they do, yeah.
That's how like they start. They start off as villains and then they become like
Yeah,
part
well
of
basically they were like the peacekeepers of the city before the superheroes came along. Like they were basically like a vigilante group, but they're all normal humans. And then the superheroes came along, kind of stole their thunder and became like super famous and shit for it. So they're pissed. So they start like hunting and killing superheroes.
Sounds like a vague plot about like something similar to as like The Boys.
Exactly, dude.
No, so
it's gonna
what
be
he
called The
does,
Girl.
and it's not
Yeah, I rip off everything.
everything.
It's so great.
Everything.
Obviously I'm mostly ripping off like Marvel and DC with the whole like premise of everything most of the time. But I also rip off like Fallout New Vegas. I rip off Shrek. I rip off Mad Max. I rip off just so many things. I rip off Dragon Ball Z quite often, speaking of. The second movie is literally called Energy, the Android Saga.
There's a movie. Holy fuck.
All right.
I've got like 8 movies up in my head, man.
I think we're gonna get to
sure.
a point where like androids and AI are gonna be a part of normal life, and it's like Detroit.
It's fucking
probably.
crazy to think about.
Yeah, that's just a whole nother thing. Well, we'll have an android
Oh, yeah.
episode next week.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and comment down below me what your favorite moment was of the show. And maybe we'll feature you
Night.
inside of the comments. And actually, let me do
Maybe.
that real quick. I
Oh,
know
do we have
Shout out to my coworkers who have been watching. We appreciate the support.
yeah, we
And
appreciate
the
you
comments.
guys.
And the comments.
We
Did we have a
appreciate the
comment?
comments. We have one
Yeah.
from Nathaniel. I can't say your last name. # cancel
It's Simon.
sober shows. That's actually our secret. We're never sober.
Yeah, what is a sober show? Have we done that?
Dude, no, I told him about like how in some episodes, like way back, if there's acronyms, like he has to just like kind of like follow it because there's some acronyms we just relate to as like SS or like DID. Like,
True. That's something about the early podcast. We forgot that we had a lot of like abbreviations that no one understood in the early episodes, I feel.
So shout out to you, Nate, for the comment.
Yes, thank you, bro.
The sober shows have never
Been
been
a
a
thing.
thing. That's not a.
I actually don't think I've done one sober show. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think I have either.
Anyway, guys, it's been your boy Brandon.
I am Oliver.
I am Travis.
And I was your host at the beginning of the show. I'm Will.
Just fucking flex on me, why don't you? And this has been Real Sensitive Guy Hours, episode 34. You guys have a great rest of your day or night.